Hi! In this audio I will read a chapter of the book The Miracles of Your Mind by Joseph Murphy. This is a public domain book available on the internet and here on YouTube. Take a look at my playlist, Miracles of Your Mind, for the other chapters. And make sure you subscribe to my channel, like this video and hit the bell button to receive more updates. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. Chapter 4. The Subconscious Mind and Wealth. The trouble with most people is that they have no invisible means of support when business falls away, or the stock market drops, or they lose their investments. They seem helpless. The reason for such insecurity is that they do not know how to tap the subconscious mind. They are unacquainted with the inexhaustible storehouse within. A man with a poverty-type mind finds himself in poverty-stricken conditions. Another man with a mind filled with ideas of wealth is surrounded with everything he needs. It was never intended that man should lead a life of indigence. You can be wealthy, have everything you need and plenty to spare. Your words have power to cleanse your mind of wrong ideas and to instill right ideas in their place. I have talked to many people during the past 35 years. Their usual complaint is, I have said for weeks and months that I'm wealthy, I'm prosperous, and nothing has happened. I discovered that when they said, I am prosperous, I am wealthy, they felt within that they were lying to themselves. One man told me, I have affirmed until I am tired that I am prosperous. Things are now worse. I knew when I made the statement that it was obviously not true. His statements and those of the others were rejected by the conscious mind, and the very opposite of what they affirmed and claimed was made manifest. Autosuggestion succeeds best when it is specific, and it does not produce a mental conflict or argument. Hence, the statements made by this man made matters worse, because they suggested his lack. The subconscious accepts only your convictions and beliefs, not just your words or statements. The dominant idea or belief is always accepted by the conscious mind. The following is a way to overcome this conflict for those who have this difficulty. Make this practical statement frequently, particularly prior to sleep. By day and by night I am being prospered in all of my interests. This will not arouse any argument because it does not contradict the subconscious mind's impression of financial lack. I suggested to one businessman whose sales were very low, and he was greatly worried, that he sit down in his office, get quiet, and repeat this statement over and over again. My sales are improving every day. I am advancing, progressing, and getting wealthier every day. This statement engaged the cooperation of the conscious and subconscious mind. Results followed. The above is a very simple, unique way of impressing the subconscious mind with the idea of wealth. Perhaps you are saying, as you read this chapter, I need wealth and success. This is what you do. Repeat for about 5 minutes to yourself 3 or 4 times a day, wealth, success. Wealth, success. Wealth, success. These words have tremendous power. They represent the inner power of the subconscious mind. Anchor your mind on the substantial power within you. Then conditions and circumstances corresponding to their nature and quality will manifest in your life. You are not saying, I am a success or I am wealthy. You are dwelling on real powers within you. There is no conflict in the mind when you say wealth or success. Furthermore, the feeling of wealth and success will well up within you as you dwell upon these ideas. The feeling of wealth produces wealth. The feeling of being successful produces success. Keep this in mind at all times. The subconscious mind is like a bank, a sort of universal bank. It magnifies whatever you deposit or impress upon it, whether it is good or evil. You sign blank checks when you make such statements as, there is not enough to go around, or there is a shortage, maybe. I will lose the mortgage, etc. If you are full of fear about the future, you are also writing a blank check and attracting negative conditions to you. The subconscious mind takes your fear and belief as your requests, proceeding in its own way to bring obstacles, delays, lack, and limitation into your life. To him that hath the feeling of wealth, more wealth shall be added. To him that hath the feeling of lack, more lack shall be added. The subconscious mind gives you compound interest also. Every morning as you awaken, deposit thoughts of prosperity, success, wealth and peace. Dwell upon these concepts, busy your mind with them as often as possible. These positive thoughts will find their way as deposits in your subconscious mind and bring forth abundance and prosperity. I can hear you saying, "Oh, I did that and nothing happened." You did not get results because you indulged in fear thoughts perhaps 10 minutes later and neutralized the good you had affirmed. When you place a seed in the ground, you do not dig it up. Suppose, for example, you are going to say, "I shall not be able to make that payment." Before you get any further than "I shall," stop the sentence and dwell on a positive, constructive statement such as, "By day and by night I am being prospered in all my ways." To prosper means to advance along all lines in wisdom, understanding, and material positions. Money represents wealth. It is a symbol of exchange. It represents freedom, opulence, luxury, and refinement. I do not know of anyone who says that he has too much. In all probability, he is looking for more. Most people are under the impression that the value of their money is dependent on so much gold in South Africa or in the vaults of the United States Treasury. Others live in fear that the currency will be devaluated and that they will lose. When the blood is circulating perfectly and harmoniously in your body, the physician says that you are healthy. Likewise, when money is circulating freely in your life, meeting all of your needs, and there is always a surplus, you are prosperous. For example, if you listen to the radio and you hear that there's a crash in the stock market, resulting in a worried or frightened feeling, you are conditioned and affected by some set of statistics or by a news broadcast. Your financial security and wealth are dependent upon your subjective or inner feeling of prosperity. When you are seeking to convey the idea of wealth and success to your subconscious mind, be sure you never make foolish statements, such as, "I despise money. It is an evil thing. It is the root of all evil." Such an attitude of mind will cause money to take wings and fly away from you. You would then be giving two conflicting orders to the subconscious mind. One would neutralize the other, and nothing would happen. Money has taken many forms down through the ages. What you really want is to have a subconscious conviction that money will always be in constant circulation in your life, meeting all of your needs at every moment of time and every point of space. Money is essential for your economic health in this country. Therefore, you should have all you need and a surplus. Begin now to believe and claim that money is wonderful. Begin to love money and be friendly with it. You will always have plenty. You will never want. Love is an emotional attachment. Except you love your work or profession, you cannot be a true success. Love always magnifies and multiplies. Love the idea of wealth until it becomes embodied subjectively. Write this down in big letters in your mind. What you love, you increase. What you criticize fades out of your life. You are familiar with this fundamental fact. When money is circulated freely in a country, its financial condition is healthy. Let there be a healthy circulation of money in your life also, particularly in your mental attitude. Believe that money is good. Think of all of the good you can do with it. Become a mental inlet and outlet for a constant stream of wealth, forever flowing to you and forever flowing from you in a perfect circulation. If you are having financial difficulties, trying to make ends meet, it means you have not convinced your subconscious mind that you will always have plenty and some to spare. You know men and women who work a few hours a week and make fabulous sums of money. They do not strive or slave hard. Do not believe the story that the only way you can become wealthy or successful is by the sweat of your brow and hard labor. It is not so. The effortless way of life is the best. Do the thing you love to do, and do it for the joy and thrill of it. Sing at your work. You will if you love it. Also, if you love your work, you are bound to be a success. An executive I know receives a salary of $60,000 yearly. Last year he was on a 10-month cruise, seeing the world and its beauty spots. He has convinced his subconscious mind that he is worth that much money. He told me that many men in his organization, getting less than $100 per week, knew more about the business than he did, and could manage it better, but they had no ambition and no ideas. Money is simply a subconscious conviction on the part of the individual. You will not become a millionaire by saying, "I am a millionaire. I am a millionaire." You will grow into the wealth consciousness by building into your mentality the ideas of wealth and success. One of our students, who was formerly a $75 a week salesman, is now a sales manager at a salary of $12,000 yearly. It all happened within a period of a month. Every morning, as this person shaved, he would look into the mirror and say to himself, "You are wealthy. You are a big success." This went on for weeks. In about 8 weeks, he was suddenly promoted over the heads of 80 other salesmen. While shaving, you are relaxed. As previously outlined, you can convey an idea to the subconscious mind by repeating it again and again, at intervals with faith and a joyous expectancy. Here is a question frequently asked in our large and enthusiastic classes held at the Wilshire Ebel Theatre. If I need a certain amount, such as $1,000, should I just concentrate on that? You could do that and it would work. However, the general and best procedure is not to think of money in terms of any particular or set sum. Think of it in terms of plenty to sustain you with ease and perfect freedom of action. The reason for this is that whatever you impress on the subconscious mind is always increased and multiplied, like the grains of wheat sown in the ground bring forth of its kind 100-fold. The subconscious mind works under a law of abundance. Nature is lavish, extravagant, and bountiful. Increase your estimate of yourself. If you bargain with life for a penny a day, the universe will respond accordingly. Many people have a keen desire for more money, but they have a subconscious pattern of $75 a week. Therefore, that is what they demonstrate, whereas they could demonstrate much more. Here is a simple technique for you to increase your consciousness of wealth. Use these statements several times a day. I like money. I love it. I use it wisely, constructively, and judiciously. Money is constantly circulating in my life. I release it with joy, and it returns to me multiplied in a wonderful way. It is good and very good. This will help you get the right attitude toward money. Never criticize money by saying, "It is filthy lucre, it is bad, it is tainted." You cannot attract what you criticize. When you begin to think things through, you will realize that real wealth depends on the circulation of wonderful ideas in your mind, which well up from the subconscious levels. A young detective desiring more money used the above-mentioned formula. One morning, he awakened with an intense desire to write a short story based on one of his experiences. He sat down, ideas came freely. His story was accepted. Then he wrote many others and was paid handsomely for these articles. Wealth came to him as ideas in his own mind. Your mind also can reveal to you a new invention, the material for a new book or play. Make use of your subconscious mind. One sales manager I knew used to get ideas for his promotional sales campaign when he awakened in the morning. He became the president of the company. They never had a sales manager like him. Your subconscious mind is never short of ideas. There are within it an infinite number of ideas ready to flow into your conscious mind and appear as cash in your pocketbook in countless ways. This process will continue to go on in your mind regardless of whether the market goes up or down, or whether the pound sterling or dollar drops in value. Your wealth is never truly dependent on bonds, stocks or money in a bank. These are really all symbols, necessary and useful, of course. The point I wish to emphasize is that if you convince your subconscious mind that wealth is yours, and that plenty of money is always circulating in your life, you will always have it, regardless of the form it takes. If you believe that wealth or money is dependent on your job or more hours of work, you have a limited concept. You are bound by your own beliefs. This is a world of cause and effect. If you worry and fret about money, this mood of lack will produce a greater lack of money. Your mental attitude is the cause. Less money is the effect. There is one emotion which is the cause of financial lack in the lives of many. Most people learn this fact the hard way. It is envy, for example. If you see a competitor depositing large sums of money in the bank, and you have only a meager amount to deposit, does it make you envious? The way to overcome this emotion is to say to yourself, "Isn't it wonderful? I rejoice in that man's prosperity. I wish for him greater and greater wealth." Do you know what you're doing? You are actually impressing the subconscious mind with the idea of wealth. To entertain envious thoughts is devastating, because it places you in a very negative position. Therefore, wealth flows from you instead of to you. If you are ever annoyed or irritated by the prosperity or great wealth of another, claim immediately that you truly wish for him greater prosperity in every possible way. This will neutralize the negative thoughts in your mind and cause a greater measure of wealth to flow to you by the law of your own subconscious mind. Maybe you know someone who is always trying to make ends meet. They seem to have a great struggle with money. Have you listened to their conversation? In many instances, their conversation runs along this vein. They are constantly condemning those who have succeeded in life and who have put their heads above the crowd. Perhaps they are saying, "Oh, that fellow has a racket. He is ruthless. He's a crook." This is why they lack. They are condemning the thing they desire and want. The reason they speak critically of their prosperous associates is because they are envious and covetous of the other's prosperity. The quickest way to cause wealth to take wings and fly away is to criticize and condemn others who have more money than you. Do you say you never had a chance? Are you blaming your relatives, your mother or father, because they never aided you financially? Stop doing it immediately. Learn that the secret to wealth is the correct use of your own mind. All of the resources of that infinite mind are behind you, seeking expression to you, if you will only have a receptive mental attitude. If you are worried and critical about someone whom you claim is making money dishonestly, cease worrying about him. You know such a person is using the law of mind negatively. The law of mind takes care of him. Be sure not to criticize him for the reason before assigned. If you are experiencing a financial block, the obstruction is in your own mind. You can now destroy that mental block. Get on mental good terms with everyone. As you go to sleep tonight, practice the many techniques which we occasionally refer to. Repeat the word wealth quietly, easily, and feelingly. Do this over and over again as a lullaby. Lull yourself to sleep with the one word, wealth. You should be amazed at the results. Wealth should flow to you in avalanches of abundance. This is another example of the miracles of the subconscious mind. Take a look at my playlist, The Miracles of Your Mind, for the next chapter. And make sure you subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it with your friends, and hit the bell button to receive more updates. Thank you for listening and have a fantastic day.